I'm Abby,
And I'm Anna.
and this is Serious Beef.
Welcome.
Well-
Oh, wow. I sounded a little scratchy a little bit there.
Little bit.
Follow the sweet, sultry sound of my voice.
Not this week.
Not this week. I've got my I'm going to call it my sultry voice on since I don't want to call it my sick voice.
But,
But I'm battling back. I'm feeling better. So I sound terrible. It's on me. What are you going to do?
Mm-hmm.
So, but if we don't record an episode, some of the listeners are going to have beef with me. So
It's true.
I can't have that.
I tell you what, we've only taken one episode off.
Right.
And we're closing in on a year, which is pretty good.
Our 1 year anniversary is coming up. We're
is.
super excited. We're planning nothing.
It's true. Well, we're just trying to get through the
It's true.
holidays.
We're trying to survive the holidays.
It was very smart of us to start this in January.
Right.
Because we got our Spotify wrapped for creators.
We did, and that was so exciting.
I
y'all.
know.
Whoever's listening, thank you.
Who are you?
We don't know. Thank you for a great
said-
2024
It said we were a
of listening.
top 10 podcast for 34 people.
Ooh,
34?
it's exciting.
But hey, here's the thing, 34 of you. Only 25 of you have followed. Okay?
That's true.
That's
true.
You guys
Click
gotta follow.
Click the follow.
Come on.
And tell your friends.
Tell
share,
your friends.
Share with your friends, your family, your coworkers. Who knows?
Not my coworkers.
Complete strangers. Not Abby's coworkers or mine. Complete strangers. I did in the mall. So,
You did.
Hey.
Complete strangers. That you knew that lady.
Oh, of course. No, she's my BFF now.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Well, especially after listening to this podcast.
It's true. I'll make a friend everywhere I go. But,
It's true.
Go up to somebody. Tell them, hey, serious
Serious
beef.
beef.
They're not going to find
Filet
that.
mignon.
They're not going to find that weird at all.
Oh, I'm sure. No, we can't really share with our coworkers. We've shared a little bit on the down low.
A little bit.
On the down low.
Right.
But no, we can't just be all out and about it because
Right.
who can say?
Not until we're
isn't-
sponsored and we can quit those jobs.
I can't say that we're particularly safe for work in our language.
Right.
So
right.
I can't.
It's
spreading it around.
it's all Abby, not me.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
We got some beef, I think.
We do.
It's Merry Beefmas, everyone.
Oh, Merry Beefmas! This is our first December episode.
It was our second one.
Is it really?
We're in December
Oh
right now.
my God! Duh. I'm up. I'm on. What was Mayor on last time? The cough syrup.
Yes.
I'm on a lot of different meds right now, so my head is in a fog. You're right. This is the second Merry Beefmas episode.
It is.
Merry Beefmas, though. I don't know about that.
Well, I think we just say Merry Beefmas and
Okay.
we move on as if we didn't say something
We're
terrible.
talking about my sister, not Christmas.
But
Merry Beefmas. She won't know. She doesn't listen. So there.
So there.
No boo-boos to
yeah,
God and
listen, hey, Mayor, who's not listening. What the fuck? You've been on here like 3 or 4 times. I mean, you don't even have to listen. Just give me a follow.
Right.
Help a girl out.
Right.
We
The
had-
Facebook post, I posted that we have a special guest. And my Facebook post, I realized I posted pictures. And in those pictures, there was Olivia was in one of them, Snoop Dogg, and Josh Gates. And I posted that we had a special guest. And I'm like, ooh, based on these pictures, it could have been Josh Gates. And I'm like, oh, actually, it could have been any one of those. But it was none of those. It was none of the above.
None of those people.
None of the above. So hilarious. Anyway, okay, what's the beef? Hit me.
Well, it's Beefmas. So
I'm not used to the beefmas yet.
Spooky Beef was cute.
It really was cute.
Beefmas.
I'm not sure.
I don't know. Comment what you think that we should
That's
do.
true. That's true.
What should we call the holiday beef?
Right. I'm not sure.
Because I'm gonna say holiday ham, but we're beef.
Right. Holiday beef. That's not too bad. Right. What's your holiday beef?
Right.
I like
it. You know what? And we do have holiday beef today.
We do.
Because,
we actually do.
Because I learned about this on the TikTok.
Okay. All right. Hit me with it.
That when you get a Christmas tree, right, and you're putting your ornaments up, okay, and you've just got your bin of a hodgepodge of ornaments, that you've collected over the years of various things, and maybe the kids have crafted a few, whatever. You put them.
Yeah, your kids make them for you for presents at school or whatever.
Right,
Yeah.
whatever. You've got your whatever ornaments. They're all up on the tree. Oh, very nice.
Sure.
Classic. Those are called ugly Christmas trees.
By whom?
The TikTok.
Oh my word.
That's what I'm saying. I'm
So
really
someone-
sounding very old.
We are, but that's okay. So someone has dubbed these mishmash trees, or
Yeah.
just your family, maybe
When
your
they're not
family
when
tree.
they're not like themed. They're
Or
like
if it doesn't have a particular theme,
Yeah.
then it's considered ugly.
Yeah.
I beg to differ.
I beg to differ.
I 100% agree with you. I have beef with that.
I got beef with that. Those
That's
are
not right.
ugly trees.
No, not at all.
Like, don't get me wrong. I got a themed tree in my house.
I do too.
You know, you got a couple.
I actually got 3.
Yeah. But
Yep.
but I know that some families, like, I know that there are families who buy new sets of ornaments every year. So
No.
like, this year it's like a red and white. This year it's green and blue, and they decorate it with exclusively those color ornaments.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing that.
No.
Plus, I have very precious ornaments that you guys made as kids.
Yeah.
I even
Yeah.
have some that I made I put one up the other day.
Yeah.
And Sam was like, "What is this?" I said, "I made this when I was in kindergarten."
Well, that's
made
great.
it a million years ago. And then I have like special ones that students gave to me when I was teaching, and then ones that people who have passed away, like our family members
Yeah.
or whatever. We managed to get an ornament that was maybe on their tree, and we have it now on ours. And I think, and every time we hang it up,
Yeah.
I think of that person, and I think that's wonderful.
Right.
And
And
it is-
and sometimes we just got things that we like. There's a Skeletor ornament on there.
100%.
There's some Rudolph. There's some,
100%.
you know.
Just bought brand new ornament this year. Godzilla. Brand new Godzilla ornament. It's so
I don't
cute.
know that I have a Godzilla ornament.
I don't think you do.
Gasp.
And then one year, my mom loves the Hallmark ornaments.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom got me a Sleeping Beauty with the 3 fairies kind of holding her little crown. It's
So
so cute.
cute.
It's so cute. And then she got me Maleficent
Which is excellent.
because Maleficent is badass, right?
Yeah.
And so then I decided from there that I should have all of the princesses and all
Yeah.
of the villains. Because how cool is that?
And here's the thing, though. You don't have a tree dedicated to just
I
that.
don't.
They mix in.
Yeah,
and that's
I just
okay.
have randomly been collecting them over the years. And then, but even like the old classic Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, I think it's
Yeah.
like this year, I think they're going to air it Friday night. It's like the 75th anniversary of this show. Yeah,
Wow.
that's how old this is.
That's crazy.
And I found those one year when you guys were little.
Yes.
Really adorable.
And they're like ceramic.
They almost feel like
What is that?
clay or something, like dried clay.
Yeah, they're.
I don't
But
know.
they're. I don't know.
But
what
they're
the-
beautiful. They're
Yeah.
really well made. I found
Oh,
those.
God,
Those
yeah.
go up
super
every year.
detailed.
Yeah, those go up. Now here's the thing, you got to discuss because there's a rule, there's a law in our household
Well, when it comes to the ornaments,
when it comes to these 2 specific ornaments.
we have a couple rules actually.
Oh, there's a couple rules.
Yeah.
Okay, I know of the one.
Well, so one of the rules, because it would be me and Sam for a long time,
Especially.
just us 2, and then Olivia comes along, and she was kind of hit and miss on wanting to decorate the trees, actually. But
It's true. She liked to watch us do it.
right, she did.
Yeah.
She did.
She would hang up
She
a
likes to
couple.
watch us work.
She would, yeah, it's true. She would hang up a couple of ones that she really loved, and then she liked to be in the room and have the Christmas music
Right.
on, and
But she
you know, that
didn't want
kind
to
of
do any of
thing.
the work.
But she didn't know. No, she or she liked to do. I would ask her to go set up whatever on the sofa table, and she'd go set it up.
Right. She.
I
Yeah.
don't know. She just she didn't want
Never
to put
been
up
a
like
big tree
we have
person.
a lot of ornaments
Well, we do.
now, and so she'd be
But-
like, "This is too many ornaments."
Well. So with it being like a hodgepodge,
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't. I don't know that for the longest time there was a single like little ball ornament on that tree.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, because we have so many.
Right. So
Just all kinds of odds and ends because you would get some as gifts from friends and
right.
when you
Well,
played
you've got,
sports
I've
you
got
had
ones as like goddaughter,
Right.
And
you get one from family and like you have a volleyball one and a basketball one I think and Sam has several dance.
got some like a karate one.
What you have a karate one from you. Liv has a bowling one. Everybody has certain specific ones like that.
Yeah.
And so those weren't really. You knew if it was your ornament, you got to hang it.
Right.
So that was kind of that rule. That
That's
was
a
rule number 1.
Right. So, but the reason why there's not like a lot of like the ball ornaments is just that you have your favorites.
Yeah.
Right. And
Sure.
so, especially when we were younger, we loved the Rudolph movie. We would fight over who
Right.
got to hang up, who got to hung up, who got to
Who got hung up on Rudolph?
right, who got to hang up Rudolph, and who got to hang up Clarice,
Oh
the
yeah.
girl one.
Oh yeah. Yes.
And so,
You and Sam would fight over that
right.
because one of you would want to hang both. And,
Yes.
and you'd be back and forth, and I'm like, no, you can't hang both.
Right.
And so the rule
I
was born.
remember yelling at Rudolph one day
Yep.
that thou who hangeth up Rudolph shalt not hangeth up Clarice.
That was the rule.
That
the
was
rule
the
was
rule.
born. She said it exactly like that, folks. She says that, and Sam's dying, and Sam's like, 100% agree.
100%.
Like you guys like totally agreed upon
Yes.
it. And therefore,
You could hang up one,
if you hung
but
up
you
one,
can't hang up the other.
you could not hang up the other. And you guys
Yes.
took turns. I remember we'd bring it out, and one of you'd be like, "Well, last year I hung up Clarice, so this year I get Rudolph."
Who
kind
would
of thing. And
remember this?
You would
A
remember.
year.
A year later, you remember who hung up what, and so you would switch.
Well, then it would be like, okay, Sam's gonna hang up Sam the snowman.
Sam the snowman. She
And
always
I'm like,
got-
well, then I want King Moonracer. I want the lion
yep,
with the wings.
yep.
That's awesome. Yeah. So
Exactly.
it was
Exactly.
this kind
She-
of back and forth.
She liked the doll, so you would hang up whoever. Take your pick,
Hermie.
Hermie. Or,
Oh, the Bumble.
oh, the Bumble.
The
for sure.
Bumble's
Yeah,
great.
yeah. You would pick the Bumble. So this year we're putting the tree up.
Okay.
We're putting on the Rudolph ornaments.
Okay.
I have Clarice and Rudolph in my hands.
Blasphemy.
Now you're at your house and you're
She's
hanging
getting
up.
smited down.
Nope. So I handed them to her and I said, "Here, why don't you put Rudolph and Clarice?" And she said, "Oh no. If I hang up Rudolph, I cannot hang up Clarice." She said it. She wouldn't do it.
No.
You should be very proud.
I am.
She would not do it. I
that
had to
Sam?
hang up. Yes,
Yeah.
I had to hang up the other
There's
one.
rules.
I was laughing so hard. I'm like, you can do this. It's
What are we
okay. She's not here. Nope. She's gonna find out.
I would.
And
I would have been pissed.
she knew.
If she'd hung up both, I would have called Sam.
I said, "Are you gonna call her and tell her to come over to hang the other one up?"
I was well. I would have gone to your house. I would have taken it off the tree and then I would have put it on
Put it
myself.
right back on. So I did it. I had to hang the other
Okay,
one.
well, thank God.
It was so funny.
Thank God.
Oh my God. So no, she did not break the rule.
Okay.
What was that all? That was the only rule I remember.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, the ones that have your name and
Unless
such
you
like
didn't
that.
care, you said, "Well, fine, go ahead." You had to ask. Yeah.
Well, I mean, of course, like the heavy ones got to go towards the bottom, so when they inevitably fall, they don't fall very far.
right. Knock everything off. Yeah.
Right. And then it's like the ugly ones go in the back.
Go in the bag. Yeah.
There was I mean, I don't know if rule is the right word, but there was a process.
A process.
Because the tree was not pre-lit,
Right.
and so
Oh, my God.
Dad and I had the unfortunate task of putting every single one of those stupid branches on.
This tree was bought when we were engaged. It was on after Christmas. It was on clearance. So we bought it and stored it in your grandparents' basement.
So what?
The following,
1990.
right? The following year, we're married in October. Now, come December, we're going to put it together. So it's, very old. Anyway, so you come along. You're old enough now. You're right. You get the job of helping. And that tree was not pre-lit because it was too old. And every single branch
Had to be put on.
had to be put on. There's
Individually.
clips, and you had to clip them in. It was quite a lengthy deal to
And
put
then-
that thing together.
Not only, then you got to fluff it.
Fluff it all
Which
out because it gets squished back in the box every year. So yeah,
Which to this day I hate fluffing the tree.
right.
Because it scratches my.
It scratches me all up. It's
I
terrible.
hate it. I hate fluffing the tree.
But that tree was really pretty, and I really liked it.
But then you would put on Johnny Mathis.
It had to be
had
Johnny
to be
Mathis.
Johnny Mathis CD.
Because doing the lights, if you've ever had to string lights yourself, if you didn't have a pre-lit, it's a massive pain in the ass. Okay.
Yeah.
Because first of all, you got to make sure they work. So we test them all
Yeah.
out first, and then
Because they changed them now.
then now they're different. Exactly.
Right. So they
But
don't burn out the whole.
Inevitably, you would get them on the tree, and after you've even tested them,
Yeah.
and one would still go out. So yeah.
Yep.
So a lot of cursing would ensue when the lights went on. So everybody had to leave. Young ears had to leave the room. Johnny Mathis went on. Marshmallow World in the winter, my favorite, my absolute favorite. And I would string the lights and curse a lot, and finally get it done, and then be like, "Okay, you could come back now."
Well, Sam got a little bit older.
Sam's in high school now, and so she was my assistant
Yeah.
tree lighter, and she would follow me with the strands, and we'd get it done.
Listen to Johnny Mathis
Yep.
and
And
go
then we,
around
of
the
course,
tree.
always. And now that she's older, the process is we pour a glass of wine,
Oh.
and that
now
helps.
we're talking.
That really helps the process
You know what?
go
That
smoother.
really does. I think that'll get you every time.
That one works every time. So, but last year, we finally had to retire that old tree. It was so bad.
Just last year in 2023 was the
Yep.
first year you didn't put it up.
correct.
So what? 2022? What's
Was
the?
our last year.
Hold on. Uh-huh.
So it went up for the first time in
32.
1991.
That tree lasted 32.
It did.
31. No, sorry. 31 because you didn't put it up the first year.
Right.
But still, it was 32 years old.
Well, we bought it at the very end of 90, and so yeah, it didn't go up till 91. Yeah.
So yeah, 31 Christmases that sucker went
Yeah,
up.
and it was so bare. The green every year would fall off. We'd vacuum it up, and Stormy would chew on the bottom around the
bastard.
edges. So those were super bare, and it's just wire, like we're scraping our arms, and I'm like, it's done. It's time.
It's time.
So we bought it pre-lit last year. So
Bless.
it worked. The lights worked. So that was great. No, there was no cursing.
Good.
When we lit it up, because it worked, and it goes up together so much faster because
Yeah.
the things are connected now. It's just, but it's a 7-footer, so it's taller, and it's 3 pieces together, and then it's very heavy. So there was a
Yeah.
little bit of cursing when Dad had to move it back to the corner.
Yes.
But other than that, pretty good, pretty good.
Well, yeah.
So-
we have 2 trees.
Right.
We've got an ugly tree, so dubbed.
Barely. We're not calling that.
I'm not,
We're not calling that.
No, I'm like, what do we call it? A hodgepodge tree?
Just call it the family tree. I don't know. That's just because
A family tree is
There's
good.
a lot of family ornaments.
It's a little bit of everybody.
A little bit of everything.
Right,
From
right.
everybody.
I like our tree. For
sure.
We've got ornaments on there. We have Bruce Willis
Yeah.
crawling through the
Right,
air duct.
Sam made that one for you
Sam
guys.
made it. Yep. So cute.
Because that's your tradition. You guys
Yes.
watch that every Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. I forget.
Usually
Christmas
it
morning?
depends. Usually it's Christmas Day. Sometimes it's Christmas Eve.
I feel like that tree, the tree that they're calling the ugly tree, is, I don't know. I call it the family tree or the nostalgia tree, like whatever you want to call it. Like that's just, or fun. And it's just your fun stuff on there. Not every tree has to be so themed out and like perfection.
No.
Right?
No, and I think that it is like fun to have a themed tree.
Absolutely.
But I don't think that
And
it's
no
a
judgment if you
requirement.
do, but
No.
you're right, not a.
I've got a themed
Me
tree.
too. So what's your theme tree?
Well, Ashley, of course, loves Harry Potter.
Love it.
And so we have a Harry Potter themed tree that is, we've been in our house 5 going on 6 years. So we've had 5 Christmases.
Okay.
And we have slowly amassed Harry Potter ornaments and tree toppers and all these different little
tree
things.
skirt and the
Yep.
train and yeah, all kinds of stuff.
And so we have a whole
it's
Harry
very
Potter themed
It's
tree.
very cute. I love it.
I found we went out one day because we had just gotten Dipper. It was
Okay.
so I say just gotten Dipper. It was our first year in the house, and we had the dog.
you had Dip, yeah.
Right, and he had chewed the cord
Oh,
to
no.
our pre-lit Christmas tree.
Nice.
So, which I think shocked him a little bit because he's never chewed a cord since.
Okay. Okay. Good. Well, I'm glad it didn't really hurt
Right.
him that bad, but he learned a lesson, so that's
Yeah.
good.
Well, and now luckily that was also a 3-parter, so we just unplug that. We string lights around the base,
Okay.
and plug it back in.
You're good. Okay.
We're
so
fine.
That's good.
So that's our hodgepodge tree.
Gotcha.
But now, but so we were upset. So Ash was still working evenings at this time. So you and I went to the Walmart to go
did.
find a Christmas tree on sale.
Because she really wanted the Harry Potter thing.
Well, right. We had talked about it, and we were like, oh, we're not gonna get one. And then they had like a sale because I think we're getting close to Christmas being over.
They were starting to get on sale. And
Yep.
Yeah.
And so we go and
found
we
one.
found one for super cheap. And while we're there, they have this, they call it a floating train.
Right.
And which is basically there's like these plastic bars almost that stick out from the tree.
Little brackets.
Right, yes, so like a bracket. And then the train track sits on top of that. Then there's a little train that will go around. So it looks like it's like hovering.
It looks
in
like
the
it's
middle of the
hovering in
tree.
the middle of the tree. It's fantastic.
Right. So my plan was, well, I'm just going to take this little tiny train. I'm going to paint it up. It'll look like the thing or whatever. I didn't get a chance because that same year, at the like tail end of the holiday season, is after Christmas and whatnot. Missy and Sharon and Ash had gone to whatever at home,
Okay.
and they found this Harry Potter train.
Oh.
Okay, it was the actual like Hogwarts Express.
Okay.
Now this train was massive, and this train track it was meant to be on the floor.
Sure.
So this train is massive, and so we were like, okay, well, I was like, I want this train, but I want it on the track up here because I got dogs. I can't have it on the floor.
That's the thing too with it being in the middle. It's smart when you have pets
Yeah,
because even the cats they love
Yep.
to knock it off the track, so it'll get broken.
exactly. So now I put it up there, and it cannot possibly drive around the track because it's
Right.
way too big.
Right.
But it's so heavy that we put the engine and the cart, like the on one side, and on the other side we put the 2 passenger carts, and we make it look like it's like coming or going around the
okay,
back,
okay.
so
So
it
balanced?
looks like it's
So
one
it's
thing,
balanced?
but it's balanced.
Okay.
Yeah, half and half. But yeah, it looks like it's balanced.
Gotcha.
Yeah, or it looks like it goes all the way around
It looks
the tree.
really cute though.
Yeah, really,
it's such
really
a
paid
it's-
off.
Really did. It's such a cute idea. So
Missy-
and then your topper,
Yeah, Missy crocheted us a sorting hat that goes on top of
which
the
is
tree.
very smart. It's cute, really
Yeah.
cute decision.
And then Ash found this like gold ribbon or whatever that was on sale at the Michaels, and so we have it starts in the hat and then
Goes
like
around.
do-do-do-do-do.
That's so cute.
Really ties the whole thing together.
It does. And every year, Hallmark puts out new Harry Potter
Yeah.
ornaments. So I go and snag some, and
That's usually either a St. Nicholas
St.
Day.
Nick brings the ornament. Well, you want to put them on during the season,
yeah.
so St. Nick usually brings some.
We're
I
at
was like, do you have room? Because
we're about at capacity.
St.
'cause
Nick has grabbed a couple more that you don't have.
we had to we had to make some
Put
decisions.
new ones out every year.
We had to make some decisions this year, so we have no duplicates up. So we didn't put anything that we already had because we're like, listen, we don't really mind if we get duplicates early on.
Right.
And we're like, okay, sure, we have
now-
2 Harrys or 2 Hedwigs or whatever.
Well-
it fills out the tree.
Well, that was the problem. I think Sharon and I were both buying ornaments. So it was like, oh no.
early, yeah.
With
So we
her and I
had to cut down to like, okay, you get these ones, you guys get these.
Right. Well, here's what you got to do. I told her, this is my advice. Spreadsheet. Okay. Make a spreadsheet, list everything you have,
Yeah,
and then share it with us so we don't
because
buy them anymore, the same ones. And then
Because-
Sharon and I need to communicate so we don't buy
right.
so we don't buy them anymore. Yeah.
Well, because Sam has a spreadsheet.
so that's our theme. That's our theme tree is her spreadsheet of Barbie ornaments.
Yep.
And she started collecting them years ago when she was young. My mom started her on that. My Aunt Debbie collected them, and she got hers. And she has been on a mission for years.
I mean,
She
a
found
decade
many,
probably.
Yeah, she's found many of them at the flea market.
Okay.
She scored one year. Someone was selling them for like their mom or somebody, their relative.
Yeah, had maybe passed away or
Right,
something.
and
They're just getting rid of them,
They were getting rid of them.
and they had no idea.
They sold them for $3 a piece, and Sam was like, "Yep, these are all mine."
I think she left with about a dozen.
a tub full. I
Yeah,
thought it was like
maybe
a
more.
small little tub.
Yeah, but like a dozen of
Yeah,
them.
yeah. And then she's got a guy, her hookup guy, the guy that what's his name?
He
Bob. At the flea market, whenever he gets a new one, he knows she's going to come and get it.
Yeah.
So she actually has all of them except for a few of the rare. They used to have a
Yeah, they had like the regular ones, and then they had this like
the ones that were porcelain.
exclusive. Yeah,
And they were like the special.
like a holiday club or Hallmark club or something like that.
The member club ones. And so there's a handful of those that she doesn't have because those were quite expensive.
Yeah.
And
Difficult to find.
much more rare and hard to find. But she has most
I think
most of
she's
them.
only missing.
So-
I mean, when we say a handful, I mean like less than 10
For sure.
of
sure.
what,
And then they put out like hundreds because they
Yeah,
put like
100
4
or
or
so.
5 out a year.
right? You guys put every single one of those Barbie ornaments
Every
up.
single one. So I have a 9-foot tree in my foyer. Mm-hmm. It's a slim because I don't want it to be huge,
Sure.
taking up the whole floor.
Well, I think it's perfect size.
It's perfect. It fits right by the stairs when you come in. And my sister had given her an angel. I think Liv, actually, this angel Barbie. One year, and we asked Liv, we're like, can we put her on the top of the Barbie tree? And she said, yeah. So we even have a Barbie on top. But yeah, every year we now that foyer tree is for the Barbies, and it's full. Like we started off with just a few, and we had to fill in the spaces with like. I think we filled in the spaces with like snowflakes or
Yeah.
little icicles. Not anymore. No room for the extras. Just Barbies now. It's full. It's super full. So and then your dad, he really hates the work. Once it's decorated, he loves it. But he hates because he has to haul everything up from the basement. That's his job. And
I
of course,
used to be the other person
to
that
haul,
haul everything,
yeah,
but
and
I don't
live
there.
Liv hauls up now, which is nice. But he's like, I don't want to do this so much work. I don't want to do it. And I said,
Yeah.
well, what if I make you your own tree? So in the front window of my house,
If I
now-
make you more work.
make you more work, yeah, is a white tree with blue lights, and it's all St. Louis Blues ornaments.
Yes.
And it's very cute. And then we got a bobblehead of Bennington riding on like a scooter. It's what he rode in on the parade.
Yeah.
And so we found the little baby Jesus, and it's in his lap. It's Bennington. He's, he's
God.
bringing baby Jesus.
Then he's
to town.
bringing baby Jesus. That's
So-
awesome.
It looks awesome. I love it. It's right in the front window, so it looks really, really pretty. And this year, new ornament for that tree, we finally found a Stanley Cup.
Now we're talking.
It's got the Blues on there in the year one, so that's awesome. So he found that one. And so we love it. We both love that one. We put that one up first, and Wayne's like, good enough, we're done. I don't think we need to do anything else.
Do you know on our Harry Potter tree, we have the little golden snitch
Yes.
that was at our wedding.
Oh, do you? That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Ash had gotten like a 3D printed golden
Golden
snitch,
snitch.
but it was like a metal 3D print one.
Right.
And the idea was like you could open and close it, and we have the little rings are gonna be in there.
Right.
But we weren't going to have the rings in there. We were just gonna put that on the pillow and have Grayson walk it down
Right.
as the ring bearer.
Yes.
And then we could have the rings with somebody more
So,
responsible.
so the rings didn't disappear.
Yes.
That was smart.
And so yes, every year we put that on the tree.
Cute. That's
So
excellent.
that's up there. Yeah, it's super
Well,
cute.
you know, and then Sam, she finds this ornament one year at the flea market,
Oh.
and it is Gene Kelly as Dancing in the Rain. So he's in
Yeah.
the whole Get Up Dancing in the Rain, and that's her favorite musical.
Yes.
And whenever she's sick, we have to watch that.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if I could find ornaments that represent all different kinds of musicals? And so she has proceeded to now go on a mission to find
So you got
ornaments.
three themed
Three now.
trees.
So that goes on the other side in the front room over there, in front of those windows.
Yeah.
So and those are both just 4-footers. Those are like right in the window.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's all ornaments, and everything on there has to have something to do with a musical.
That's crazy.
So that's her other theme tree.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
We're going to post
we're
pictures
up
of
to
all
3 now.
these.
I know. I need her. She doesn't have her themed musical one up yet. We did Sunday. I was feeling terrible, but I was like, you know what? I got to do it, because if I don't, it's not going to get done. So
Nope.
I put up 3 of the tree. 3 out of the 4. I got those done.
Well, speaking of speaking of the holidays real quick, guys, maybe we should do
Okay.
our sauce.
Let's do it.
Sauce is plum pudding sauce. Plum pudding.
Pudding sauce. Okay.
Plum pudding sauce.
Okay.
But now not thinking of Sam. Speaking of Sam,
Speaking of Sam, okay.
the last week was Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Okay. And so we have we did it was fun. It was nice. We went saw Ashley's family on Thanksgiving morning, saw you
You guys
guys.
are busy. You had to
Good
do
God.
the dreaded 2 in one day. Yeah.
Yep, went and saw you guys for dinner. And then on Saturday, we always do the Wilhelms, like dad's side.
Yes, yes. It makes it much easier for me anyway to do.
To have two
Yeah,
separate ones.
absolutely, yeah. Because it's too painful to try to eat 2 big meals like
Yeah.
that in one day.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I'm like
Plus
eating
you
like
gotta
I'm thinking
rush.
the smallest portions.
Right. And you can't really, you can't have fun and spend time. You got to rush off. And
yeah.
So yeah, it kind of works out.
Yeah. So on Saturday we
Yes.
go, and Saturday also happened to be Grandpa's birthday.
It was his birthday.
And of
Yes.
course we're all sad because this is our first year without
Yep.
Larry.
Yep.
Ugh.
And it lands on his birthday. And so I was really glad, actually, that we were all together.
Yeah.
It worked out perfectly because you're just kind of better when you're together, I think.
Yeah, I
personally.
think so.
So,
I mean, even the day he passed away, we were over. All of us,
Right,
were
everybody
over
was
there,
there.
and I mean, yes, of course, there were many tears were shed,
Absolutely.
but we were still cracking jokes
Which
because
is-
we
well,
have no.
it's what we do. You would never be able to guess that
no.
about us.
But you could say, but so yeah, no, it ended up being it was a normal Thanksgiving. It was fun,
It
and
was. We had a great meal, and as always, and
Grandma's doing some with them
that turkey.
Oh,
God,
it's just salt and pepper.
God bless.
It ain't no way.
It really is.
Dolores?
It really is the most delicious turkey. But I got to tell you, my brother smoked a couple of turkeys, and man, is he good at that.
Yeah.
He brought that in, and he's passing the tasties around while we're waiting for you guys to come over and waiting for the sides. I'm working on the sides. I'm getting everything else
Yeah.
ready. And we're like, this is like crack. If I knew what
delicious.
crack was, but like,
If I knew what-
I've never done crack, but my God, that is good.
Well, I actually also smoked a turkey at her parents'.
Yeah, delish.
It was really good. You
Good.
didn't have any of that, but
I didn't.
It was very good. I think you would have liked it.
I can't believe how good that is. So good.
But
So we had 2 really excellent meals.
yeah. Well, and then
You had 3.
so we get done at the Wilhelm Thanksgiving,
Right.
and we're like, okay, we will go to mass to church.
So it's Larry's birthday. They decided to have a mass said for him at the parish
Right.
church.
They have the normal Saturday evening thing. I don't even think they said the mass intentions.
How dare.
I know, because when I went up, okay, we'll get there. So I don't think they said the mass intentions,
Right.
which is BS.
Right.
First of
'Cause
all.
how's he supposed to get into heaven if they don't say
How we like he needs it.
he's not going to need it?
What do you want to get, Grandpa? To wait in that long Space Mountain line
Right.
to heaven? Or you want to get Grandpa to Fast Pass?
Yep. I did not go to church because I was sick and Grandma told me to go home.
Yes.
Which I appreciated that because I was pretty miserable.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we get there.
so you guys go to church.
right.
Yeah.
I make Ashley go.
Right.
Poor girl.
Right.
So I go, and I see the what would you say her title is?
The sacristan.
The sacristan?
Sacristan.
Sacristan?
I don't know if I'm saying it right or not. I've never consciously thought of it.
Well, we're gonna say sacristan
Your
really
dad-
quickly.
Your dad used to be that when we were growing up at the cathedral church.
Oh, was he actually?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know that she had planned at all for this.
I'm trying to find the word.
I don't think she planned at all.
Okay, sacristan. Stan. It's like
Sacristan.
S-T-A-N. Sacristan.
Okay.
We always just pronounce sacristan.
Yeah.
Like
Sacristan. Yeah.
The church official who's in charge of sacristy and its contents, such as ceremonial equipment, sacred vessels, and vestments.
Well, I don't know.
She works for the church and gets things set up and ready for
Right.
mass.
She's supposed
basically.
to organize who does the
Organize.
offertory and all that
Right.
kind of stuff.
You're right. Offertory, a lot of times when there's a mass intention, they just have the family do it. That's why they came and asked you guys to do
Well,
offertory.
I don't know what the deal was. Like, because I don't know what the deal was because everything felt like it was like she had no plan. Thank God we showed up because if we
Right.
hadn't, she had nobody.
Right.
And so first she grabs the twins, my cousins, to go serve.
Right.
And then they're like, we need a.
And they're not servers. They've never been trained as a server.
Oh, they hadn't?
They've never been trained as a server.
They winged it pretty good.
That's what Sam said. They did
didn't
really
tell how to
great.
do the bells, which I thought was totally
Well,
fine.
it was totally fine because
Those bells they have there is fucking stupid.
now they have chimes or whatever. And
Yeah, the ding, ding, ding.
according to
I'm like,
Vatican II, you're not supposed to be doing chimes or anyway. It's,
get them.
it's a serious, it's supposed to be this really amazing, serious, special moment
Right.
when the water and the wine and the host are turned into the body and blood of Christ.
Yeah.
And so the reason, why?
Because Catholics believe,
right.
Catholics believe if
we're taught,
right, that everything.
it's not a symbol.
Not that everything.
It's not a symbol of Jesus.
Yeah.
It is Jesus.
Yes. When we say that
Okay.
it's the bread and the wine, no, it is
It is-
body and blood.
They have you got the blessing and boom, it turns into this. And the reason,
Jesus
do
was
you
an
know why
alcoholic.
they ring the bells at that moment? Because the mass used to be said in Latin,
Yeah.
and no one knew what was being said.
Yeah. you
So
have to
they
ring
would
bells,
ring
let
the
people
bells
know.
and say, ding, 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 this is when it's happening, pay attention.
Yes.
Well, we don't need that anymore because we hear it in our native
Exactly.
language now.
Well-
and so you don't need it. And now instead of it being this incredible, personal, special moment, it's clank, 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 clank. It bothers me that we're still doing
I'm
this.
like, I always crack up because they used to have these little bells,
Yes.
literally pick
Yeah.
up, and they were
You
super fucking annoying.
Shake them, and they were very loud and awful, I thought.
And
That's my opinion.
But then now they've got like a giant wind chime thingy.
Yeah.
And I always crack up because I always think of dun, dun. That's what I always think they're gonna do or whatever.
Yeah.
And
The lady from Greece is going to come and do.
right.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
Sam said the priest was really, really nice and had told him, you don't want to worry about the bells. You don't have to. We don't have to ring them. It's not necessary. Well, you're not supposed to ring them anymore because they did away with them. But some of
Was
the
that-
old school priests still hung on to it. And
Was that
some people
priest
really, really love it.
who was there? Do we know if that's the regular guy?
I don't know who the regular guy is.
I don't know either.
We'll move on from that one.
It was your straw.
I'm not joking. Are you going to say that as a sound effect? It's
I
not.
said, I
It's
gotta-
a straw. It's real.
For Christmas, I should ask for a little soundboard. Like the little
It's
thing.
true.
I should've
It's
got-
true.
I should've
I
got
gotta
one
write
of
this
those.
down. Sound bar.
I told no soundboard.
Board.
I'll send you a link. I'll
There
send
you
you a
go.
link.
That's hilarious. That's an hilarious thought.
But
Okay.
I told Ashley, I said, listen, if anybody needs a birthday or Christmas idea, I would love like a bag.
I was thinking, no, don't tell anybody that. That's
Oh,
mine.
okay.
That's mine.
If it looks like a cheeseburger, even better.
Bonus. You know I'm going to look for it now.
Yep.
Yes. Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, listeners, if you didn't know, she's carrying around the equipment in a High Tokyo,
Which is a
bag
restaurant
from
by
the
us.
restaurant after we got the.
It's actually
for a delivery bag of food. It's a really nice bag, but the top has been stapled together and then ripped apart.
It's the cheapest bag, but it held up and it's got little. I mean,
It's got
not
straps, everything. Whatever, it
right.
was fine.
So yeah, it's not a plastic Walmart bag. So I put it in there. But anyway,
we digress. Okay.
so
going back.
so they need a third server.
They need a third server. And they actually needed
They don't need a third server.
Well, they needed a third server because Charlie and Gray didn't know how to serve.
Well, Sam got chosen.
So they grabbed Sam. So here's Sam, 29 years old, gonna go serve at Mass.
5'9", 5'10".
5'9". She's like,
she goes up there. Okay, this is fucking
and the sacristan's like, It's just like riding a bike. You're not going to forget. And I'm like,
You've changed things.
you did change things. And
You put the
Sam was
moved
never
the
very good at
stuff.
riding a bike, so that's a whole other story.
Well, so she goes up there and they've got these like white robes
you
you
got to
put
put
on.
your white robes on with your little rope tie. Yep.
She come out. She comes out and she's like, I put on the longest one I
The longest
could
one
find.
you can find.
Hits her mid calf.
Right.
It's so short.
so short, and she's crazy
And-
tall.
And she's wearing like pink Uggs.
Pink Ugg boots.
I was like trying not to
I could just.
die
I'm glad I
laughing.
wasn't there because you guys would have been even worse.
We would have been laughing our asses
They're doing
off.
the whole shoulder shake silently in mass as they laugh.
Well, Sam. Well, here's the thing. I don't know what they needed, like Sam for really. Okay.
Well, I think it was just to help Charlie
Well,
and Greg, but they did
so
change.
let me-
They did change.
Well, so let me
things.
get there. So
Yeah.
let me get there. They make Sam carry the big old wooden
cross,
thing.
right.
Da-da-da-da-da, and Olivia took a video and we'll have to post that as
She
well.
sent it because she looked at me and she goes, "Don't you dare film me!" And then of course you guys are filming.
She does. It was before
She's
Mass started.
so
There was
mad.
no sacrilege going on.
No,
Mass
no.
hadn't even started yet.
Right.
But so Liv films her, and
course.
she's
She's
so
so
like,
mad.
God damn it! But Sam carries the cross up there.
Right. Now remember when you were serving a server at mass back in the day?
Mm-hmm.
You only used the cross for special masses, a funeral, confirmation, first communion. You use it for
Easter.
Yeah, you use it for special masses, Christmas, that kind of thing. Sam was the funny thing is Sam, who was 5'9", now the tallest out of all three of you, was super tiny in grade school when she was a server, and
Yeah,
she
she
didn't
couldn't
shoot up
carry-
until sophomore year.
Yeah, she couldn't carry
So
the cross.
she never was the cross.
Yeah.
So she's literally going, I don't know how to do cross because I've never been the cross.
I could do all the bits.
Right. You did it all. You did all your growing in 7th and 8th grade, and you I don't think you grew another inch out of it.
I don't think I've grown
Yeah,
since freshman
and-
year.
You were one of the taller ones. And so, but she's like, I've never been cross, and now I've got to figure this out.
Here's the thing. Okay, so I know. So the idea is right. I guess they need the cross, and 2, to help Charlie and Gray.
Yes.
Well, but here's the thing
And so she told me,
that they've moved everything around.
moved everything around.
So she goes up and puts the cross thing, sits over here.
She sits
Charlie
on one
and Gray-
side. They go sit on the other side.
So I don't know who that was helping.
I don't know.
Sam literally just sits there the whole mass.
Right.
Then it's time to go.
And
Okay.
she's signaling. She said she's signaling to them, when to do stuff. But she said the priest was really, really nice. And she said they even said at the end, well, that was actually low key kind of fun. And Sam's like, yeah, actually, it's a great way to be involved in the mass and not
It's
just
not so
sitting-
boring.
No, I mean, it keeps it from being boring. And yeah, so
Yeah.
she's
It's
like,
not hard either.
right. She's like, so if you guys like doing it, they always can use servers. So
Yeah.
that was kind of fun.
Also, always volunteer for funerals because
Then-
they'll you
or
get
weddings,
tipped.
and you get tips.
Yeah, you get tips.
Now, here's the thing that I was really happy to hear about because the sacristan said to Charlie and Gray and Sam, your grandma is going to be so happy and so proud of you if you will do this for her on your grandpa's birthday. And I went, oh, there's the Catholic guilt, alive and well. I was dying laughing.
Well,
I was dying laughing. I was like, well, they don't want to do it. Oh, but your grandma's going to be so proud of you.
yes. And he's like, absolutely.
And she was. She loved
she
it.
was absolutely thrilled.
It made her day. So, and
well, but here's the thing. So they don't have servers. They don't have offertory.
right.
Which for
Which
the
is
listeners
typical.
who don't know what offertory is, offertory is
You bring up the offering.
well, you bring the like bread and wine or whatever up the center aisle and hand it off to the priest. And then he goes up and turns it into
Does the blessing.
flesh and blood.
Turns it into Jesus.
He turns it into Jesus.
Right.
Jesus was an alcoholic, apparently. His blood alcohol level, wine.
He did turn water into wine. So,
So yeah.
but yeah, so somebody usually from the parish brings it up, and this, and there's a song that's played. And,
yeah. Well, so nobody was scheduled to do it.
right.
So the sacristan comes up and she's like, Olivia, Abby, and she tries to get Evan. Evan declines.
I heard that Evan said, "I'd rather not."
He did.
I
I'd
was like,
rather not.
What?
And she's like really trying to, and he's like, no. He just
No.
wouldn't do it.
I was like, wow.
So then I, like a moron, I go, well, I can take her.
Get
Pointing at Ashley.
Oh, Ash. Okay.
Because Lily and Lynn were sitting, I don't know why. They come in, they sat first. Boop. And then
Okay.
for whatever reason, maybe, I think it was because Art and Claire May were sitting about 3 rows back.
Okay.
Grandma comes in, sits with our Claire May.
Oh, okay.
So now there's like two empty rows between us
Between
and
you
them.
guys. Well, okay.
Yep. So I'm like, yeah, we'll take her. Because it's off tour. Off tour is easy. You walk
Right.
up,
You
here you
walk
go,
up-
see ya.
You literally hand it off and go back and sit down.
That's it.
Not a big deal.
And so Ashley's like, what are you thinking? she was furious.
She does not want to do it. Okay.
She's like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing because I've tried. This is the third time Ashley's gone to mass with us. Okay, in the almost decade that we've been dating, we've
Okay.
gone to mass three times. Thrice.
Okay.
The first time, I guess I thought I told her what to do. She didn't know. She goes up there. She goes
to
the host.
communion.
She doesn't know what the hell she's
They
doing.
say body of Christ.
Right.
And she says,
no. She I don't think she said anything.
she didn't say anything.
Yeah. I'm the person who
You're
said
the one that said
thanks
thank you.
the one
Yeah.
time, yeah. So she gets up, and you're supposed to step to the side to eat the thing, do a little cross,
Let's say amen.
amen, get a little, go, and then sometimes there's wine,
Right.
and if you go up to the person, then you do the same thing, amen, drink back,
Right.
and then go sit. But if you don't want it, you just walk.
Just skip it. Keep going. Go back to your seat.
Ash didn't know.
She didn't know.
So
Oh,
she's
no.
walking by. She sees the person standing there. Now, luckily, I think it was somebody we knew that.
Okay.
Like, I don't know if it was Art
sure it
or
was,
whoever.
yeah.
But she goes, no, thank you. so first of all, she's not supposed to get. You're not supposed to get communion if you're not Catholic. And it's
whatever.
stupid. Who cares?
Yeah, it's stupid because that's
But-
not what Jesus taught us. But
Right. But so then the second time, I tell her, cross your arms, go up there,
Get a blessing.
get a blessing.
Okay.
Apparently, I wasn't clear.
On what cross your arms means?
No,
What?
she got it. She goes up, and then
and then ducked.
no, it's just like she's like walking. Okay, amen.
Right.
I go in front. She goes
And just
it
kept
doesn't even stop.
It doesn't even stop. So there was no point in even going up there. Oh no. She actually went up and dipped, is what she did.
She's like,
Oh, that's
but she
fantastic.
didn't know she was supposed to wait for them to do like a blessing or something. She's
Right,
and
right,
The person's like,
No. Have you ever told her if she's more comfortable, she could just wait in the pew?
well, that's what we did this time.
Okay.
That's what we did this time. But she's
Okay.
just like, I have screwed up communion
Twice.
twice.
She
Do not
wasn't.
make me go up there
She
again.
wasn't taking that chance again. Okay. got
So
it.
so we get Lily.
So you get Lily Fauvatory. Okay. Cool.
Yep. And so we go up there, and here's the thing: I wasn't intending to be in the mass. I was intending to sit down, stand, sit, kneel.
Oh, and we all wore our Living Like Larry shirts because it was his birthday.
I'm in
That's
jeans,
it.
tennis shoes, and a Living Like Larry t-shirt. Which
whatever.
is who cares?
Who cares? Your
But
dress
not really,
fine. It's
not
fine.
really my offertory outfit. Okay.
Okay.
So we go up in the Living Like Larry t-shirt.
Yes.
And the priest is like, he's like, okay, now you have to tell me what
this
is
means.
Living Like Larry, and and I don't really
And
want
you're
to go.
mid-mass. Yeah.
Yes, I'm handing him the basket and
Right,
stuff.
right, right.
I'm like, I don't really want to talk about this
Yeah.
because I don't have time,
Right.
and because we
We're
don't
the middle
have
of mass.
time.
Yeah, we're in the middle of
Right, and also that sucks to talk about.
Right.
So I'm like, I don't know. And I'm like, oh, it's for. He's like, oh, I was like, yeah, it's for our grandfather. He's like, okay, and whatnot. And then he's like, I don't know how many chalices I need to use. Do I need to use 1 or 3?
And
Can
he's
you-
asking you this.
No, he's saying, oh, well, he's like, go back and ask the
sacristan.
sacristan. He's like, go back and ask her how many, and just tell her to hold up fingers. Okay, how many? And I'm like,
That should have been taken care of before mass started.
listen, I don't know.
Okay.
I say,
Okay.
okay. So and here's the thing, Lily's never taken up offertory when she's been older.
Right.
So she doesn't know what to do. Liv's even like floundering, and
Right.
I'm like, oh my God, you guys, it's walk up, bow, and we dip.
Dip. Yeah.
And so,
So you go back and find the sacristan.
right. So I'm like, okay, I was like, well, on our way back, go sit down. I will go find. So we do this. I go all the way to the back of the
She's
church
back
now,
there, yeah.
and I'm like, hey,
Father wants to
your
know.
father wants to know how many chalices to use. He said to hold up a 1 or a 3 so that he knows. And she looks at me like I have 2 heads, and I'm like, I'm just the
Just
messenger.
relaying the message. Right.
Right. So then I go and I sit down, and then I see him up at the thing, like,
He's doing the message.
gesturing,
Oh my gosh.
trying to get,
He's
like-
waving his fingers trying to get it the number.
yeah, he's trying to get. I'm like,
What is happening?
so then she's got to go up there. I guess the answer was 3, And she only had one out there, so she had to go
Okay.
up there and get two.
I
out of
heard
the
she
little
walked up there and she was barefoot.
barefoot.
Sure.
No judgment. I like my feet to be free.
I know, but in the middle of mass.
Not in mass.
She walked up
Not
barefoot.
in mass. I
Yeah.
was actually feeling not
So
too
that
bad
was
about
a-
my tennis shoes and looking like Larry
right.
t-shirt.
That was no, don't feel bad about that.
No.
That was an interesting development.
Well, so Sam had to fucking serve her.
Poor
mass.
Sam had to serve, and she's like, "Here I am. Now I got to relive all my childhood Catholic trauma." In the middle of mass, in the front of mass, I was like, "Come on, you don't have childhood Catholic trauma." So that was funny.
No Catholic
And-
trauma, I don't think.
Right? No, not really. Not definitely
nothing
not.
really.
But she said,
Funny. That's so funny.
she's trying to send signals to Charlie and Grace so they know when to come over, and she's like waving them on, and just for things. And then they were afraid that they weren't going to remember when to bow, so they were bowing like crazy.
They actually did totally fine.
Every time you turn around, they were bowing. And one time, Gray was facing he was facing the crowd, and he bowed, and then he realized that he turned around and bowed again. And so she's trying not to cry laughing up there.
Oh my god.
So funny.
Because I was ready. I told Olivia and Lily, I said, we're gonna go up there. We're gonna
Right.
get up there and we have to bow before we go up and hand them the thing, and then we gotta bow before we leave. So what we're gonna do is at the same time we're gonna go up, and then you're gonna look at me and I'm gonna go and then we're gonna bow and then we're gonna hand us up and then you're gonna look again and and then we're gonna bow again.
Okay.
So
Then we're good.
I was not fucking around.
Solid. Okay, solid.
Fucking
solid.
professionals.
Nice.
So
Oh my gosh. Hilarious.
So yeah, it was a whole cluster. Me and Olivia were sitting next to each other, and we were making jokes. I think all mass, not to be disrespectful to our Catholic listeners, but we were making jokes all mass.
That's kind of what you do.
That's what you do.
Right.
That's what you do. Peace is my favorite in Catholic church. You got to do the peace or whatever.
Yeah.
And so we usually say something stupid every time.
Right.
We go peace with you, peace with you, peace with you, and then we get extra peace to you because you need it.
There was a comedian who said that once. He's like, he did a bit about that, and so we had heard that. So Doug and I always say that to each other. Extra peace to you.
I said it
'cause
to
you
Doug.
need it. Yeah. And he gets it. He's heard that comedian. So that was pretty funny.
It was pretty good. So
Oh my gosh! So Sam got roped into serving. Wasn't super happy about it, but they did great, and it was
They
really
did
nice.
fine.
And they made Grandma's day, so that was
Yes.
awesome.
So that was our Thanksgiving
That was awesome.
adventure. Well,
What?
do you got a? I think you've got a.
Well, I have a
You've got
couple things I have to tell you.
Okay.
One is a follow up on the sleep sounds that your father likes to use to
Okay.
help him fall asleep. That
Oh,
the help that he doesn't need, just in case we're not sure about that. 'Cause the
Oh,
man-
woman.
No, it's a woman. It is not a woman. He found a new sleep sound that I cannot argue with.
Okay.
I cannot be mad about this one, even though I don't like the sound while I'm trying to go to sleep. But this one I can say nothing about because it is Bob Ross, who is painting a happy
Well-
little tree.
Love me some Bob.
You can't be mad about Bob.
No.
So I thought I would follow up and let you know that he's found this, and I think he did it on purpose because he knows I won't complain about Bob.
I love Bob Ross. You can't complain about it. He's a
can't.
perfect human being.
He can't. He definitely was. Anyway, I do have a skinny
That's
scoop.
hilarious.
Poo.
Okay,
Since
hit
we
me,
were talking
hit me.
about Christmas trees.
Okay.
I saw this story. And so happened in Australia, Queensland,
All right.
Australia. And these people put up their Christmas tree, a real one,
Oh.
okay? And decorate it, the whole thing.
Okay. Okay.
Bring in the tree and decorate it. And all of a sudden,
I feel like there's a lot of ways this could go.
yep, they spot
Oh.
a 6.5 foot long snake
Oh.
in the tree.
In the tree.
Oh my God.
Outrageous.
The story says, this is crazy. It says, a large snake that wasn't on anyone's gift list was found hiding in the Australian family's Christmas tree.
Oh my God.
Unbelievable. It happened in Australia. We talked about that. The homeowner called a professional snake catcher to rid her of this irritable carpet python.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, luckily, pythons are not venomous, so no issues
Right,
there.
right.
But still 6.5 feet.
Well, 6.5 feet. That's taller than your dad. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And so they said the snake had a swollen belly, so it clearly was post dinner. Mm-hmm. So they weren't too worried about it, like attacking or trying to find food. because it had clearly had just eaten.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, but the snake did try to strike the snake catcher a couple of times, but failed to make fang contact.
Failed to
So,
make vein contact.
it was not a family pet. It was not, supposed to be there. And the woman at first thought that the kids were kind of trying to play a prank on her.
Oh.
So she didn't believe them. She's like, oh, very funny. And then she goes out there, and there it is.
Yeah.
It had slithered out and was on coiled up on the floor
Yeah.
behind the tree, back in a corner.
Yeah.
And so they were like, oh, okay.
We gotta get this
We gotta get this gone. We can't have this. They waited inside the house for my house would have been outside. Not a chance.
I know.
That is a huge snake.
I wouldn't even worry about it.
That's too big.
Monty's like stretched out probably about 3-4 feet.
But he's also skinny.
Well, his carpet pythons are too. It's not like an anaconda.
Well, there is a picture of it.
Okay. Well, we'll post it on Facebook. Let's see it.
This is way bigger than Monty.
No, it's not. It's a little bit bigger.
Oh, he's definitely thicker. And he's pretty. I think he looks big to me. That's scary.
Well, all the snakes look big to you.
That's scary. Well, that's true. That's scary. But anyway, they waited inside. I would have been kids. We're gonna go.
See, I would have stayed inside.
We're gonna go.
I would have kept at least somebody inside because as soon as you all go outside, it
Where is
crawls
it?
into an event somewhere.
Oh my fucking!
You know what I mean?
Oh.
So somebody would have been staying and would have been having like a big old cardboard box or something pushing
to keep it
yeah.
contained.
Because like I said, they're not venomous.
All right, that's smart.
They're not
That's
venomous.
smart. I guess as long as you know what you're dealing with.
Right.
If
If you know.
if it's venomous. So here's my thought on this.
Okay.
Why are you buying a real tree in Australia?
Honestly, why are you buying a real tree at all?
I mean, you know what? Some people really like that. It's a traditional thing, and they love it. I have a picture. I remember my mom said they always got real trees when she was a kid, and I think I was a baby, and there's a tree, and you could tell it was a real tree. You know, it actually was quite
Because it was on fire.
No, it was not. And they had the little tinsel, individual strands of tinsel. It was really beautiful, it really was.
I'm sure.
But it's too expensive really to buy one every year. But
I can't imagine.
yeah. So,
Our-
but here's the thing: you don't have to store it anywhere, which is
That's
kind of
true.
nice. But in my mind, I'm thinking if you live in Australia, and you know the wildlife there,
I'm not taking that risk.
not taking a chance. I'm not bringing a tree into my house.
What if there's a roo in there? A kangaroo, if you will.
I don't care what it is. There's
care
going to be
what
a wild animal in there.
You're taking a risk. What if a koala's in there?
There's too many crazy animals in Australia, right?
There's too large insects and large reptiles.
way
in
too
that
many.
tree.
That you're taking your life into your hands.
You think like a squirrel is bad?
Legit.
In North America,
Right.
I don't know what kind. They've got some kind of like souped up squirrels. I'm sure in Australia.
You know they do. Like, do you want your Christmas tree to make an attempt on your life? No. You don't want that.
No.
I'm thinking, no, it's not worth it. Absolutely not.
Nope. Not especially not in Australia.
Not in Australia. Any other country that I don't know. There might
No.
be.
No. Not a single one.
Okay.
Not a single one.
She
I
says
think
no.
North America, I would be willing to take the risk, but there is way too much wildlife in other countries.
It's true. And well, what about Christmas vacation and the squirrel is in the tree?
That's what I'm saying. You and the squirrel's
The
bad.
squirrel is in the tree.
I had raccoons in the chimney.
It's true. We can't have it.
Not starting that.
Remember Christmas? Thanksgiving Day. We're at grandma's, and she's got the food out for the birds and whatnot. And there was this massively fat.
Oh my god, little fat squirrel.
There was a chonky squirrel
and
sitting
it was
there.
cold, and so he's the only one out there.
There was one little
eating his little corn.
one little chubby squirrel. And we're like, look at this chunky squirrel. We were dying.
I loved him.
He was
so
really
cute.
cute. He was actually really cute.
Because they gotta be feeding everything. They're feeding the birds. They're feeding the squirrels. The squirrels don't need to be fed.
I don't know why. They just go. She really wants to feed the birds, but the squirrels come and steal everything.
It's
so,
true.
yeah.
She wants to feed the
And she likes to feed the ducks. Yes.
Because they got a whole flock of them come by
They
now.
do. They know where the food is, and they make the rounds. It's true. So anyway, I don't know how funny that skinny scoop poop was, but I thought, can you even imagine
Oh yeah.
this 6.5 foot snake come crawling out of the tree? Nope.
No. Yeah.
Not
Six
for
and a
me.
half foot snake. I like
not gonna be a fan.
snakes. I like snakes. I'm very pro snake.
I think you like most animals. Yeah.
Well, yeah. But snakes get a bad rap, And I don't think it's very fair because snakes are, for the most part, very chill and they eat rats. And that's
They eat a lot of rodents. It's true.
That is key.
And they don't really attack.
And mice.
Oh, yeah, that's all rodents. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. They eat a lot of rodents. They don't attack unless they feel threatened, typically.
Yeah.
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 So,
and realistically, a lot of them, I mean, especially the non-venomous ones, they pose no threat.
And luckily it had just eaten, so
right.
I'm like, okay, because to me, I might have said like, okay, the kids need to go like out to the garage or something, but it had just eaten, so it was very calm till the cats tried to catch him. Yeah.
Well, because even.
But I would have been terrified.
Like a ball. So Monty is a ball python,
and he doesn't bother me because he stays in his little aquarium.
Well,
and I don't go in there.
Right. You don't go in the aquarium.
We have an agreement. We've talked about this.
He knows
to stay in there, and I know to stay out.
Right. He's in like I think we have 50-gallon like aquarium type thing with a lid. You have to put the lid on there.
with latches, obviously holes like a screen type.
Well, sure, like a mesh.
And it clicks in place, so
you have to latch in place because they're escape artists.
They're very crafty. One time we were at the St. Louis Zoo, and one was escaping. We have no idea what kind of my brother Dan's like, hey Dad, look at that one, and it's coming out of its little thing, and
good for him.
Everybody starts freaking out.
You lived in Harry Potter,
and legit, it was a small one. Thankfully, it wasn't the big huge guy. But yeah, they had to go and get him and get him back in there. So that was pretty funny.
Yeah. Well, they're escape artists.
They're very good.
And they can squeeze through some
They
small
can make
spaces.
themselves kind of flat. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of wild.
It's like they're kind of like cats. Anything their head can fit through, the rest of them can fit through.
Legit.
Yeah. So, but I'm very pro snake. But yeah, no, he's okay. So he's like maybe 4 feet at most. Okay, and he's not particularly big around. He's maybe an inch at his widest.
Yeah, and he only eats a medium red. He's not as big. He's not a huge eater.
He has enough strength that he could probably strangle like a child.
Yeah.
If he wanted to.
Right. And if you're not paying attention and safe with your pets.
Right.
Yes.
But realistically, they don't constrictor snakes, right? Pythons, anacondas, etc. They're not venomous. Right. Okay. And
they'll still bite you, and it hurts, but they're not going to kill you that way, because a bite doesn't have any venom in it.
Well, that's the thing, is that they are not going to try to, because to kill you, they would have to constrict you.
Right, exactly.
Because like you said, they're not venomous.
That's their whole thing.
If you are threatening the snake, it knows it cannot eat you.
Yeah.
It knows that you're much bigger than it. It is not going to try to constrict against you unless you're holding it.
Right.
Right, because
you're stupid enough to bring it close enough to your neck. Yeah,
right, because it knows that it can't beat you in a fight realistically,
right.
And so it's going to run every time.
Mm-hmm.
Even venomous snakes can, if they get cornered or whatever, there's like 1 million warnings you're going to get before you get bit.
Right.
Now we as humans don't always recognize those things.
It's true.
And we don't maybe
pay
know.
Attention. Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's like, so that's the thing. If you see a non-venomous snake, just let them be.
Oh, for sure.
Let it be. Little garter snake. Leave that little sucker. Let it be. Let that little. We got a little garter snake in our yard. His name is Gazpacho.
Gazpacho. She names all of the things.
Yeah. This is a we have a whole thing. This is in our.
Did we talk about this?
Notes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because she named the slugs and all the plants.
But yeah, I'm sure I talked about Gazpacho. But
probably.
Gazpacho's a little garter snake that lives in the backyard.
I'm 100% not going to mess with them unless they're in my house, and then I'm going to get them out.
Right. I'll come get them.
Right. But then, do you remember the time there was the water moccasin that was sliding along our back door?
At the old house?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I never saw it.
It was black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
it was pretty big.
Was it water moccasin or a cottonmouth?
Aren't they the same thing? Oh, I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah. They're the all black with the white mouth if it's a cottonmouth.
And Grandpa came over and they got it into a trash can with the lid on it and took it to, there's a park near us that had a lake, and they took it down there and put it back in the lake. And you were like, you're standing by the back door, and you did, I thought you saw, because you're standing by the door and it goes slithering by, and you're like, ooh, can I keep him? And we were like, no.
Update. Yes, they are the same snake. They are venomous. Those are venomous.
And they are venomous. So that one was like, no, you can't go out there. You can't pick that up.
Yeah.
And somehow they got it into a trash can because we didn't want to.
You told me that they killed it. Because I said, did they kill it? I was very upset.
Oh,
and you told me yes.
I thought they told me they took it up to the south side and threw it in the lake. But
they lied.
I don't know.
Well, somebody was lying. Somebody told me that they killed it. I was
I
distraught.
thought they were taking it there, but then the thing is, it does kind of make sense to kill it because
You don't want it to come back.
we don't want it to come back.
Not the venomous
especially since
ones.
it's venomous, and we didn't want it. So they probably, my guess is they probably did, and they just maybe said that. I don't remember telling you they killed it. I said they threw it
Maybe
back
it was
in the
Dad
lake.
or something.
He
that
probably
said
came
it.
and said, "Yeah, we killed it."
Yeah, we killed it. He probably thought that I was concerned. Like, oh, did you kill it? And he's like, yeah, no, don't worry about it. And I was probably like, oh, God.
You're right. You're right, because you were right away like, "Can I keep it? Can I hold it? Can we're like, no, this one will hurt you. You can't pick this one up."
I like this thing. Did I ever tell you we go up to the reservoir here in Muscuda?
Okay.
Okay. And there's like a little, very sketchy trail that goes all the way around
All the
that.
way around.
And in theory, you can fish there and whatnot.
Yeah, people do.
So we had gone up with Dad, and we were kind of doing a little walk or whatever. And we come around, and there's this like tree that kind of like splits, like a little Y.
Okay.
And curled up is a little baby black snake in there.
About the size of a cinnamon roll.
Right. Yeah. I'm like, holding
all
up.
curled up.
Yeah, like a little cookie.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh, I'm gonna fuck with this snake. And fuck with is a strong word. I was gonna take a stick and I was gonna pick it up. I was gonna crocodile hunter the shit out of this snake. Okay, I was very excited. It's small. Now here's the thing. I was stupid because this is almost certainly a venomous snake.
Right.
Okay. And number two, babies are actually more deadly than adults because they don't know how much venom to inject. So usually they way overshoot it.
Yeah, they just wail it all on you.
Yes. But here's the thing. I didn't do it.
Okay.
I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because I'm walking up to it. Okay.
Yes.
And as I'm about to like have my stick, I'm ready. I'm gonna like pick it up. I like stop. I'm about a foot away from the tree, and I stopped, and I was like, I don't know why. Nothing alerted me, but I just stopped and I looked down. Big ass, exactly the same thing. Big ass adult snake on the ground.
Mom was there.
It was on the ground, and it's like the cottonmouths don't. It's not like a rattlesnake. There's no warning.
No, they just bite.
So I'm about a foot away,
Oh my fucking god.
and I see, oh shit, that's a big ass snake. Like, and I was not stupid, right? I've seen the crocodile. I can handle the baby, I think, to myself. Could not possibly.
My jaw has dropped open. I've never heard this story before.
When I'm laying down, what is this? Like a football, like a football size,
Even bigger.
right? Curled up, it's
Curled
a
up.
football, and
So
I can
it's just-
see it sitting there, and it's like looking at me.
It's sitting there standing guard over for the baby.
I don't know.
It's like a lookout.
That's not usually how snakes operate, but it was fucking there. Yeah, so this little one's up in the tree, and this, like I said, big ass one is like sitting on the ground.
Was it black? Like a
Oh yeah, they looked exactly alike.
Oh my god.
And it was sitting there, and it wasn't like like how you'll see like
Yeah.
a cobra when
Yeah.
you're up
Yeah.
or whatever. It wasn't doing none of that. It was just curled up, but it knew I was there.
Yeah.
But they don't make a noise. They don't make a sound.
No.
So I don't know why I stopped, but I stopped and I was like, looks down, big snake. I was like, gonna leave that there because if I take another step, it's gonna bite me for sure.
Absolutely.
For sure.
So did you just back up?
Oh, I just backed away.
Backed away.
Went on my merry way.
Holy
Left him
shit.
there.
Did Dad notice this? Did he see this?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
He was yelling, "Don't mess with that snake!"
Oh, of course. Of course. Oh my god.
Yeah, there was. So that's my I don't know, call it a sixth sense, if you will. But I was like, I need to stop and I need to look at my surroundings.
Right.
Again, I don't know why, but something about it, I was like, something's off. Big ass fucking snake. And like I said, and it was clearly, it's a water moccasin. You know what I mean? It's a cottonmouth.
Yeah.
That thing, those suckers will kill you.
They will. Oh, that's scary.
I know.
Well, I am very glad that something brought you to your senses. Gee whiz. Good Lord.
You ever seen Venom? I know a lot about snakes. I know a lot about a lot of
know
things.
you do.
And we're not this isn't a whole, listen people, we're at the end of the episode, okay?
I'm
We're
like,
not doing
how
a
did we
whole-
get on snakes?
We're not doing a whole animal episode.
I literally asked, how did we get on snakes? I'm the one that
You
brought,
brought it up. But have you ever seen how venom interacts with blood
Uh-oh.
or how it kills you? Okay. So there's different types of venom, okay? And but most snake venom, almost all I think, is like a coagulant. So when it bites you, right, this venom goes into your bloodstream and it coagulates your blood in your bloodstream until basically your blood stops being a liquid and becomes a solid.
Oh my God.
And that's how you die.
Wow.
because it stops your heart effectively. You can't pump blood anymore.
Because it's not liquid. Holy crap.
Yeah. So they've, they use snake venom for a lot of things. People who it's, what is it? People who bleed too much.
Hemophilia.
Hemophiliacs. A lot of the medicine that it's used to kind of treat that, like, originates from snake venom a little bit.
Wow,
because
okay.
it's a
That
coagulant.
Makes sense. Yeah, makes sense.
So, I mean, they're not just, like, injecting people with venom, but...
There you go. Good luck.
Good luck. No, but...
Hope that helps.
If you're ever bitten by a snake, and back to the NPR, if you're ever bitten by a snake, do not kill the snake and bring it with you to the hospital. They won't know what to do with it. They will not be able to identify that snake.
Okay.
What they will do is run a blood test on you, and they'll know what snake bit
They'll
you.
figure it out.
They'll figure it out. Don't bring the snake with you.
Okay.
Don't do that.
Now, should you suck the venom out?
No, it will never work, and all you can do is make things worse.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. Like, why are you making it worse? Your germs are getting in there now, or you're getting the venom in your mouth?
Both.
Oh, both. Okay. All of the above.
Both. Your mouth is full of germs, and now you've just put it on an open wound.
Open wound. Gross.
And
Okay.
yeah, no, you can't suck the venom out because it's like deep, and your blood has already carried it away.
Well,
Some of it anyway.
I've always wondered about that too, because it's like, I'm going to suck it out, and now it's in my mouth, and it's going to kill me instead. Like, does it really work? But you're supposed to like suck it out and then spit it out.
Right. Well, that's just it. It's like, and they're like, especially if it's another person, don't do that, because now not only are one of you has venom, two of you do. Like,
And
Jesus,
one of you
people.
has to get the other one back to the hospital.
And I want to say, like, most snake venoms, like I said, are coagulants and whatnot. But there are some, like, spider bites and things like that. They're not necessarily coagulants. They're like flesh eating.
Ew, I know.
And it'll just deteriorate your
Yes,
muscle and
yes.
whatnot.
So disgusting.
So now you got it in your mouth.
Right. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do that, people.
Oh, that's terrible.
Christ.
I remember as a kid, I used to watch a show called Emergency. And so it was about these two guys who were paramedics. And they worked, so you got the fire department, and then you got, these two guys that are paramedics. They got their own little smaller truck,
Okay.
And of course, there's always an emergency,
Of course.
that they have to get to.
What?
And they've got to save somebody
Okay.
from certain death.
Okay.
And one time they responded to, the emergency.
Yep.
And of course, there's always the cute guy. So the cute guy gets bit by the rattlesnake. And it's, of course, life or death. And they've got to rush him back to wherever to get the anti-venom or whatever. What's it called? I can't think of a word.
Anti-venom is correct.
Is that right? Oh, okay. And
The most anti-venoms are derived from most anti-venoms are derived from venoms. Christ.
I was like, anti-venoms are derived from anti-venom? I guess that
Yep. No.
is derived from the actual venom. You're right. So, of course, they got to rush back, and it's just in the nick of time. There's all these reasons and delays and all of these why they can't get him there. And finally, it looks like we're going to lose the cute co-star.
Yeah.
But they make it just in time. And it's hilarious.
If you were bitten by a rattlesnake, I'll look this up just to be clear, because we're nothing not educational.
Well, we are.
These are safety tips.
We are.
If you get bit by a rattlesnake, it can kill you.
Right.
100%. Right.
Okay.
And it can damage tissue and affect the circulatory system.
Okay.
Which can lead to organ failure and death in a couple of days.
Okay. So he had days.
No.
Oh, no.
If you were bitten by a rattlesnake, you should call 911 and get to a hospital as soon as possible and seek help within 30 minutes.
Oh, 30 minutes.
The sooner you receive treatment, the greater your chances of survival.
Okay.
So,
Because, they were trying to
realistically,
get him
they're
back.
like 30 minutes. It won't
30
kill you
minutes.
beyond that. It won't necessarily kill you at 31.
You might survive,
but it's going to be it's not
harder
gonna be
to
good.
survive. Okay. Yeah, so of course they had to drag it out and make it seem, like he was gonna die. And I can remember watching this, and I was like, no, not the cute guy. I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
And of course he survived. You're not gonna have the show without him, unless he did something wrong. They were trying to kill him off. I don't know, but he survived. It was awesome. But that show is actually still on today. Like those shows those channels like MeTV, whatever, and they show all the old shows. That show is still on there. So I turned it on one night, and I'm like, this is so terrible.
This is terrible.
Why did I love this show? Hilarious.
That is excellent.
Right.
Well, I think that's all we got
I guess
time for
that's all we
today.
got time for. I don't know if we have any leftovers or not. I think we addressed everything.
I'm sure we do.
Right. Well, I don't know about you, but after this, I'm gonna need some serious beef.
And maybe some serious. Oh, those little Debbie Christmas tree cakes.
I was thought you were gonna say anti-venom.
No, I should. No, the little Christmas tree cakes. So we talk about Christmas trees.
Yum. Okay, that's much better than the snake being in the tree.
All right.
Give me a tree with those in it.
That's true.
All right. Bye.
Bye.